It's time to get down to business on TK Business Live, brought to you by the members of the Topeka Independent Business Association. Now, let's join Tara Dimmick, owner and publisher of TK Business Magazine, as we take a look into the business world of Topeka, Kansas.
Hi, and welcome to TK Business Live. I'm Tara Dimmick, and it is great to be with you this Sunday. We have a packed show for you. So we have Glenda Du Bois and Kim Gronniger from Go Topeka and the Greater Topeka Chamber of Commerce joining us to talk about all the cool things happening this May for the celebration of small businesses. Then I've got Erin Aldridge joining me to talk about the 20 under 40 nominations that are now open until May 31st. And finally, I have Greg Debacker of Debackers joining me to talk about some tips on air conditioning. Is that not awesome? Air conditioning. So we got to get started. I'm here with Glenda Washington with Go Topeka and Kim Gronniger with Greater Topeka Chamber of Commerce. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
And I have them on conference call, and we are going to talk about some of the really cool things that you guys are launching in May. And it's the Small Business Celebration Month is what you've got going on here. So tell me what is happening in May that we should be paying attention to.
Okay, so May across the country during the week of May 1st through the 7th is Small Business Week. And so what we decided to do in Topeka is to celebrate the entire month of May for small business. So we are kicking it off with a Securing Your Business Summit over at Washburn KBI Building on the 3rd of May. So we'd like to see everybody there. If you are interested, go on gotopeka.com and register for this event. And then we will have a number of other events, including the cash mobs. We're doing the cash mobs again this year, where we go out to a retail store and we shop that store for the day. So we're doing Topeka Chamber is doing the Custom Skin Med Spa, and they're doing the Topeka Chamber is also doing the Ash Boutique cash mobs.
That'll be awesome. That'll be awesome. A fun way to like go and spend your money at a local business and be there with a lot of people and have a great time.
And we're excited about these two businesses, particularly because they're over in the area by Porterfields, and it's an area that some people may be unfamiliar with. And it's an opportunity for you to not only see these two businesses, but also to experience some of the other chamber member businesses we have in the area too. And Ash Boutique has cultivated a strong following with some really cool, innovative products, and Custom Skin Med Spa is going to be a great addition to that area as well.
Awesome. And then just to go back to the Protect Your Business Summit, I have to make a comment because we've talked on the air several times and just with people lately about how many people are dealing with this issue of cyber protection. And just recently, my entire website, my hosting site was hacked. And so the day that we launched TK Business Magazine, the spring issue, my website went down. And it was because of a hack. And so this is really near dear to my heart. We've dealt with this for the last couple of months now, and it's happening. And what I keep hearing is how many people have had something similar happen to them.
It is happening all over the country. And I was up in D.C. earlier this month, earlier this year, and they talked about how everybody's now doing these workshops to make people well aware of how exposed they are. You don't realize it until it happens to you.
Right, because you think, I'm just a small business. Why would that's what I thought. Why would anybody hack me?
Yeah.
Who cares about what I'm doing here? And then to get hacked was pretty, it was awful. I mean,
the danger is that they're going after your clients' credit cards and checking accounts and all of those kinds of things. They're not necessarily going after you, but they want to see, what the next step is. They want to go a little bit deeper and find out who you're spending money with, and that's an easy way to do it.
Right. And so many businesses have so much information about their clients, even if they're not thinking they do. It's often that they do have all that information. It might be email addresses or just some pieces that might be really valuable to a hacker. And then other times they're just making a mess with your business. And yeah. So what can you do to prevent it? So anyway, great things going on. Okay, I know there's more. So what else is going on?
So let's tell you a little bit. Kim's going to talk about what we're doing at the summit, just so individuals will know, and if they want to participate, then it's definitely for them.
Well, the cool thing about it is not only the content, but also the venue. We're at the new KBI building, and there's an opportunity for participants to take a tour of the KBI building after the first morning session or before the afternoon session. And we're really fortunate that we have representatives from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, WatchGuard Technologies, Capital Federal, and also a representative from the KBI, too, to talk specifically about some of the things that are going on in the cases that they've seen. so it'll be an opportunity to really hear from the experts and ask a lot of questions that can help you safeguard your business.
Yeah, and that KBI building is absolutely amazing, a great panel. So I hope people really consider that if whether you're a business owner or a business professional and you're thinking about how does this company need to be protected, if you're, thinking about do I need to insure my company? I mean, this will give you a good idea of, the issues that your business might have and what it needs to be protected. So,
and the cost to get this information is $20 for chamber members
oh my
and
gosh,
EMBD
that's nothing.
graduates. Yeah, and $25 for the general public. So it's a really minimal investment that could really end up saving you a lot of time and money.
Yeah, because I can tell you that mine has cost thousands. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah. So definitely an issue that when it comes up and you have to solve it, it's not cheap and it takes money and time. I mean, the day that the magazine launched, it took 60 seconds to get to my website. Nobody's going to wait 60 seconds. No one is going to wait that long.
Yeah.
So, okay. So awesome kickoff, May 3rd.
May 3rd.
Now, where do they go to register? Where can somebody go and get registered and signed up for this?
They can just go to the www.topekachamber.org website.
Perfect. Okay, so go to topekachamber.org website, get signed up, go check all the events and everything else we're going to talk about. I think, can't you register pretty much for everything over there,
Yeah.
Kim? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so what else?
So we're doing a lot of different things, a lot of cool things. 712 we'll have about 5 different workshops going on during that week. Workshops on getting certified to use 3D printers, Shopbox class workshops, Tormach training, and then the Washburn Small Business Development Center will have a How to Start Your Business workshop. So what we're going to do is we're going to share this calendar with everybody in the community so they'll be well aware of what is going on and how to register for these things. We're really excited this year, though. We're getting ready to have our Small Business Awards luncheon. That's on the 10th of May. That's the second week. And on the 10th of May, we will honor 4 individual organizations or entrepreneurs on what they've done, small businesses, what they've done to make this a better place in our community through their business, through nonprofits, those dynamic businesses, and all of the things that they've done and how they've grown are going to be celebrated on May 10th. The luncheon starts at 12 o'clock noon, goes to about 1:30. We will have it at Capitol Plaza this year, and we hope you all come out. We have an awesome speaker who is with PBS. Kim, why don't you talk a little bit about Juan?
Yes, I'm very excited about Juan Sepulveda. He's an actual Topeka native. He went to Our Lady of Guadalupe. He graduated from Hayden High School, and then that launched him to become one of the third Latino to ever receive a Rhodes Scholarship, which is very exciting. So he has degrees from Harvard and Oxford University, and also a law degree from Stanford. So to have someone, a Topeka native of this caliber, to come back and help us with honor our small businesses is really a treat. And I think the other thing that's interesting is that his PBS connection. So we have a great, KTWU has been a great station here for us. It's a wonderful asset to our community. And to have someone who is high-ranking in the PBS organization willing to come back and address our audience is fabulous.
Yeah, it just sounds like a great event. And you've got great finalists for the awards. I mean, I love all the businesses. So when I get to see some of those finalists, it's going to be just a great day, a great chance to celebrate small business, the local guys that are right here, and then also look at what the people of Topeka, look at how far they go. So it's an exciting day.
And I think when you mentioned that about the businesses that we're honoring, and there's such a variety in that. There's an architectural firm, there's a financial services company, there are boutiques, they run the gamut, and it's really exciting to see how entrepreneurship touches so many different areas in industry.
Yeah, I agree. I loved the list. And man, we obviously got the news release from you guys and put it up on TK's website. That thing got hit so many times. There were so many people looking at that list to find out who were the finalists, and great comments from people. People were really excited that they were finalists, as well as people complimenting and congratulating those that had received it. So we'll have to mention all those names at one point in time.
I just simply think that we're going to have an awesome small business month this year. With a lot of celebration going on. I would tell you that if you are a small business, we honor you this month. We thank you for what you've done for our community, and we hope that we can be of assistance in the future to help you continue to grow.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to have you guys back, and we'll talk each week, so especially since this is Sunday, so we'll talk each Sunday and kind of get the scoop on what's going on that week that you can attend, and then also maybe some things to be getting signed up for the future weeks that you might need to be on top of. So we will get back with you guys really soon. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
What is TIBA? TIBA is advice and support. TIBA is information and education. TIBA is a voice for small business.
My name is Tim Reuter, and I work for Fidelity State Bank and Trust as a commercial officer. The exposure that I have to people thinking differently than the way I think about my job, just seeing the perspective from somebody else's point of view, is enormously beneficial.
The Topeka Independent Business Association is strong because of its members. Become a member today by visiting topekatiba.org.
Erin Aldridge is joining me. She is the development director for the Jayhawk Area Council Boy Scouts. Welcome, Erin.
Hi.
And we are here. We're going to talk a lot about 20 under 40. But before we do, you have a great event coming up very, very soon, the Distinguished Citizen Dinner. And I'm excited about it because I love whoever you choose. I always like that. But this year, they happen to be some friends. And so tell us a little bit about the Distinguished Citizen Dinner.
So the Distinguished Citizen Dinner is really the top honor that we give from the Boy Scouts to someone in our community. Typically, it's an individual or individuals or a company that really embodies what the Boy Scout is about, and the service to the community, being helpful, being generous, thrifty, kind, all of those things all wrapped into one portion of it. And the people that we honor don't have to even be affiliated with the Boy Scouts. We put together a group to make that selection. So there's board members, there's people from the community, all walks of life that are kind of in that group that say, these are the people we're supposed to honor. And this year, we are honoring the founders of Advisors Excel, which I'm very excited about because I see what they're doing in the community, and my goodness, it is huge, not just here in Topeka, but in Kansas, in the nation, and in the world. I mean, they're just doing amazing, amazing things, both from the standpoint of how they're impacting lives, but also how they run their business. I mean, and Tara, I think you know more about this than I do, but they're one of the fastest growing companies out there in their industry.
Yep, they're smart and wise and young and willing to take some risks, but man, what they've done is just they see the opportunity and they take a hold of it. And the cool, I know you're going to say this, but one of those co-founders is an Eagle Scout. So I mean, it's so cool that they have all these components, and the three guys. I'll let you mention names and stuff, but they're so different, and they each understand their gifts, and then they work together to really make something great. And I think that's really cool. And then they see how awesome service is and what it actually does to make their employees better people, better employees, and better community members and community citizens. So it's just this beautiful thing that they've really, been able to wrap their arms around, and we're lucky to have them here right here in Topeka.
Yes, we're very lucky. And yes, David Callanan, who is one of the co-founders, is an Eagle Scout. He actually is a 20 under 40 honoree as well a couple of years ago. So we're very lucky that we've been able to watch them grow. Derek Thompson is from Silver Lake, so he's kind of a hometown boy as well. And then Cody Foster is from out west, but he's made Topeka his home. And all three of them went through Washburn University together, and so it's kind of neat to see that kind of grow up from inside of our own community. One of the favorite quotes that I keep hearing and seeing through different publications they've done, and I know I'm going to blunder it, but it's something to the effect of, if when we're done with this business, all that can be said about us is that we made a lot of money, then we've done something wrong. And
yeah,
it's
that's
more
pretty powerful.
it's more about what they do in the communities than it is just making money. But I mean, they're impacting the lives of hundreds of employees, and then all the network they have throughout the country is amazing.
Right, and the impact they're making on their employees and the service focus that they have to helping the community is impacting hundreds of thousands of lives. And so
exactly.
It's such a beautiful wave where, you make the wave and it just keeps growing and growing and growing and making a bigger and bigger and wider impact. It's a great selection by the Jayhawk Area Council Boy Scouts to choose the founders of Advisors Excel to be the distinguished citizens. So
Yes, and they are joining a huge list of people. This is an award that we've done for many, many years, and names like Anderson Chandler, Howard Fricke, Robert Wheeler, Governor Graves, Dean Farrell, Dwayne Fager, the John Dykes, Nancy Perry, Dr. Farley. I mean, so it's a huge list of very notable people from our community that they are now joining. And they're such humble guys that they at first didn't want to accept it because they are such humble guys, and they say we don't fit alongside those people, but they do so much that they do. And we're very lucky that Greg Schwartz of Schwartz Design Group has agreed to chair that committee, and he's put together a committee of 5 guys to go out and help raise sponsorships for that event for us. And they're going great guns on that right now, and we've got 20 dedicated sponsors right now, and we're looking to add probably another 20 more. So it's a great event to honor them, but also to raise funds for the Jayhawk Area Council and the youth development programs that we have.
That's great. So if somebody wants more information, Erin, where do they need to go? What should they be doing?
They can go to jayhawkcouncil.org, and we've got information right on our homepage, or they can call me at the Jayhawk Area Council office, and that's 785-354-8541. And I can answer any questions they have. If they know Greg Schwartz, they are welcome to reach out to him as well, because he's heading up all of this information as far as the sponsorship side of things, and we're looking forward to a great event.
That's awesome. Okay, so it's May 11th, and if you're interested, go check them out. Go find out more. But now let's talk about 20 under 40, because that's really what was on my agenda, but I just couldn't help but have at least a moment to talk about Distinguished Citizen Dinner. So 20 under 40, the nominations are now open. Tell a little bit about what the 20 under 40 event is, why it matters, and why is the Jayhawk Area Council, why do you do this?
So the why we do this, we at the Boy Scouts are all about leadership and growing leaders. And what better way to teach our youth about growing leaders than to identify those that are already around us. They might not be as well known as David Callahan with Advisors Excel, but they kind of run the whole gamut. And the nominations are really anyone that you think is deserving, that's made an impact in the community in which we live and work and play. So they have to be somebody that is making an impact here in the Topeka Shawnee County community. They need to be under the age of 40 and over the age of 18 at the time of the banquet in November. And somebody that's got strong leadership skills, a great work ethic, strong character, and service is really what we look for. It's a grassroots movement. We have a planning committee that is all volunteers. We have a selection committee that is all volunteers. I do not make the selections myself. I just put the information together so that we have a group of about 20 individuals that go through and make those selections.
Yeah, it's a great event, and it's a great process, and something that, I'm proud to be a part of. TK has been the media sponsor for this and really gotten the privilege to showcase these professionals each year. And the process is really powerful. I mean, it's thought out. It's not, done by the board of the Jayhawk Area Council Boy Scouts. I don't even know if there's any board members on the selection committee.
We try to have at least one on there, one or two, just so that they're in touch with it, so that they're in tune with what's going on and understanding why this process is so important. Yeah,
and to me, the selection committee is oftentimes those that would have been selected had this started earlier. It's those leaders of our community who have proven themselves wise and strong and smart and capable and have led our community to where it is now and are looking to find and identify those that will be or are acting as the leaders of the future.
Yes, exactly. And when we put that selection committee together, we really do look for a broad reach of people. I have a chair that's chairing that this year, and we're talking about what types of people do we want on this. Well, we want to make sure that we have a good mix of people in business, people in the community, people in nonprofit, that all sit on that community group, that selection group, so that we do have kind of a reach into every little pocket there is in our community.
That's awesome. Okay, so how does somebody go on and nominate someone? What is the process?
It is super easy. If you go to jayhawkcouncil.org, on the left-hand side, there is a little 20 under 40 logo. If you click on that, there comes up a couple different links. It's kind of like a website inside of a website, and there's a nominate link. And you click on that, and in that page, it has all the information that we need. We just need their contact information, their name, and your contact information, along with just a short statement as to why you think they're deserving. And that's really to make sure that the nominee, we share that with them, and so that they have kind of an idea what your thought process was, but also to validate it for us, that you're not just, somebody's not out there just nominating people that they know their name, but they don't know anything about them.
Yeah, you're not asking for, their whole life story, just a nice little, why do you think so?
Yeah, 2 to 4 sentences is
and
really
all. If you can't say that, then you probably shouldn't be nominating them, right?
Right.
If you can't say why, what did they do that was impactful, then maybe they're not the right match. Okay, so I will also, as you were mentioning that, I was kind of writing some notes. I'll make sure that we have on tkmagazine.com, we'll turn our top bar into a nominate button so it can go straight to the nomination. And then we've got it out on social media. And so I know you can go to our Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter. I know you can go to Jayhawk Council's Facebook. What all do you got?
We've got Facebook. 20 Under 40 actually has its own Facebook, and it's 20 under 40 is the URL for the Facebook page, and it's got the nominating information on there. jayhawkcouncil.org/20 under 40 -nominate is the direct link, and they can always call our office and get information on how to do that as well. We do only accept online nominations because, I just can't handle that many coming through my office. I am a one-person department.
Well, that's awesome. Okay, so if you're thinking about it, you have someone who is in your life and you feel like they are helping lead our community, then make sure you go online and nominate them. Like I said, we'll have it all over the place to make sure that you can find how to nominate. But if you have any questions, go over to jayhawkcouncil.org and you will find all the links to get there. And, think about those people who have touched your life in some way. Think about those people that, man, they never stop going. They just work so hard. And my pitch on the business professionals, think about those business owners who, maybe you don't see them in the community as much, but you see them, making sure that people have food on the table and that they're employing people and giving them health insurance and helping to make them helping all those people to be community members. I think that is an avenue as well that somebody is serving and making our community better. So, and then the last thing, I guess, I know we've talked about it several times in the past, Erin, is if you know somebody who's been nominated, but maybe they didn't get it in the past, they can only choose 20. How many do you get a year, Erin? How many nominations?
Nominations, we've had over 230 in the past per year.
230. They're getting this. I mean, yes, some of those are duplicates, but 230, and there's only 20. So if they didn't get it, it might just because this is the year they didn't get it. So it doesn't mean that this next year isn't the year that they will. So please consider them. If they were important at that time and they're still doing this great stuff, nominate them and give them an
encourage
opportunity.
them to apply, because that's the next part. Like once they're nominated, then they're invited to apply.
Yep, and if they don't apply, they can't be chosen.
Right, and filling out that application is so vitally important to making sure that the selection committee gets a look at who those people are. So anybody that applies, we say, make sure somebody else reads it.
Right. Because and they have a whole training session once you get to that place. So,
yes, we do.
So the critical part right now is that nomination, because I can't tell you how many phone calls and emails I get just over at TK that's like, hey, when does that open? And it's like, oh, that was closed months ago. You missed it. So right now, until the end of May, get those nominations in so that your person, the person you believe is doing some great work in our community, can be selected. Erin, any last thoughts?
No, just nominate. If you have questions, please make sure you ask. We've got a huge committee that puts this together. It's a lot of work by a lot of volunteers, and that's the main thing. It is a lot of volunteers, and we love seeing the people that come through this process.
That's great. Erin, thank you so much for joining me, and thanks for everything that you guys are doing over at the Jayhawk Council Boy Scouts. It's great work.
Thank you, and thank you, Tara. We we are so lucky and blessed to have TK as a part of this and supporting us through it.
Well, we love it. We love it. Thanks, Erin.
Thank you.
I have Greg Debacker joining me. He is owner of Debackers. Welcome, Greg.
Hi, Tara. Glad to see you.
It is great to see you. It's been a while, and so I'm happy we get to see each other in the studio. So we are going to do a quick tip from Debacker. So, and this particular one is about air conditioning. Tell me a little bit about air conditioning, because it is going to get warm.
It's going to get warm this weekend at close to 80, and fortunately, we've had rain, which also brings up the humidity level in the home. So air conditioning, we call it air conditioning because it does more than just cool your home. The thermostat does control the temperature, but air conditioning, you may want to turn the air conditioner on because the humidity is too high. So we call it air conditioning because it cools the home. It dehumidifies the home. And this is one point I want to bring out. If you happen to have a humidifier on your furnace, turn it off because that will put humidity in the air. Because in the wintertime, it gets dry and we put humidity into the air. An air conditioner is a dehumidifier, which means removes humidity. So they'll fight each other. If you have a humidifier, you'll be putting moisture or water into the air. And
so it's really going to kick your air conditioner into
so
full
it'll make
gear.
it run longer, and then it'll run your electric bill up.
Right.
So make sure you turn the humidifier off. Good tip this time of year, turn it off. Turn the humidifier on in maybe October when the leaves start turning brown and dry and everything, turn the humidifier on. But this time of year, turn it off. The air conditioner is a dehumidifier, removes humidity, it lowers the temperature. Another thing it does, it circulates air, just like if you have a fan on, air movement. So if you have too big of an air conditioner, what will happen, it'll cool the house very quickly. People always like a bigger is better, not always. It will cool the home quickly, but then it won't remove the humidity. We like the air conditioner when it's about 95 degrees out to run continuously, 24/7. Fortunately, at night it cools down, so the air conditioner does shut off. But when it's running, it's circulating air, which air movement across the body will make you feel cool. And then back before there was air conditioning, filters were not really in place much in gravity furnaces. So another benefit of air conditioning is air filtration. And pollen counts have been high the last 2 weeks to 4 weeks. So by having your air conditioner run, or you can turn it from fan auto to fan on, have the air moving in the house. So on a day like today when you may not want the air conditioner running, you can turn it to fan on at the thermostat, and part of cooling is air movement across the body. Plus, then if you have allergies in the home, turn the fan on so that the air will be filtered 24/7. People with severe allergies or allergy symptoms can benefit from the air moving, especially at nighttime. When you're gone to work during the day, no need to run it. But at night when you're sleeping, for 8 hours at night, that way the air will be filtered the entire time you're in bed.
That's a great tip, because honestly, I think of air conditioning and I think of air cooling. I don't think of all those things that are happening, and we have allergies in the family. We need to get it going.
So if you have, I like the pleated filters. Don't buy the dollar filters. I don't know if they even make dollar filters anymore, but buy the $5 filter, maybe $8 filter. Don't buy the 20, I could name a brand name, I won't, but there are some filters out there that are too restrictive that will actually not allow the air to flow. They're just too thick of a filter. It's like having a sweatshirt on or something. You have to have air movement through the heating and cooling system.
Excellent. All right. Well, that was Greg with Debackers Heating and Air Conditioning. And so if you have any questions, or you heard this and you're like, well, what am I supposed to do? Just call Debackers and find out more and get more information about what you should be doing. And if that air conditioning maybe needs a little help this summer because it's coming fast, you can give them a call as well.
Well, we like to help people save money, and we've got a few more tips that we can give you.
All right. Well, let me bring you back on, and we'll do some more tips next week.
Sounds good.
Thanks so much to my guests, Greg Debacker with Debackers Heating and Air Conditioning, Glenda Du Bois with Go Topeka, Kim Gronniger with Greater Topeka Chamber of Commerce, and Erin Aldridge with the Jayhawk Area Council Boy Scouts. I hope you have a fabulous week, and thanks so much for joining us here on TK Business Live.
Thanks for joining Tara and her guests on TK Business Live. Join us again next Sunday at 11:30 to hear more from our community business leaders, entrepreneurs, and people making a difference in the landscape of how business is progressively moving forward in Topeka. TK Business Live is brought to you by the members of the Topeka Independent Business Association.